Oh, this day just gets weirder. He's kind of inspecting this wooden body. Is it a wooden body or a wooden skeleton, would you say?
Wooden body.
He's kind of gently bending some of the, like one of the arms. Doesn't want to break it.
So you're sort of on the side of it, and you hear a creak as the head turns and looks at you.
That's pretty scary. He's gonna let go, and he kind of like stumbles back. No, I don't like that very much.
It's not making any moves towards you.
He says, "Hello? Hi?"
It does not respond. Probably because it's made out of wood.
He tries to speak a different language that he knows.
What does it sound like?
Der, dan, oh, bow, per, zip. Nothing. Still nothing.
Nothing.
Do you know the way out?
So you've sort of stumbled away a little bit, right? Its head was facing you, and its body turns to face you as well. Its head doesn't move at all, but its body moves under it. And it points.
And as it points, my head follows the trajectory of the pointed finger.
It's following your path. It's following the direction that the wind was blowing.
So I just keep going. It's pointing the way that I was walking. Cælum shakes his head to shake himself out of bewilderment, was the word I was searching for.
Yep.
And gives a polite nod and says, "Thank you very much." Okay, so I'm going to get back to the path. Kind of keeping an eye on these mounds now.
Okay.
I want to, before I forget, I want to pick up a flower and put it in my bag.
Okay. You do it. What color is it?
It is blue.
Okay.
It's very, very, very bright blue.
It is brighter than any flower you've ever seen.
So I'm going to continue on my path.
So you continue on your path for an indeterminate amount of time. You have no idea how much time is passing. As you put those shapes behind you, you do notice that the one that is now flowerless has very slowly, like half a mile back, but they've walked onto your path as well.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Oh, looks like I've got a creepy friend.
So you continue along your path, which doesn't seem to have any clear ending, and eventually you hear something. So we said it was like eerily silent. You couldn't really hear anything at all besides the occasional whisper. You can hear rushing water somewhere.
Rushing water. And I can't see anything?
You can't quite tell where exactly it's coming from at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to keep walking. Maybe it will become apparent.
While you're walking, do a forbidden knowledge check.
Okay.
Actually, do a lore check.
And what's the difficulty?
Let's do average.
2 success, 1 threat.
You are reminded of the teachings of the fellowship. Maybe what you're coming up on is one of the 7 rivers.
Whoa. Okay.
I mean, that's just you sort of connecting all the strange dots that are occurring right now with the stuff out of Bellman's book, straight out of like your people's mythology. Why not? These could be the 7 rivers.
I mean, I'm basically in like a, like a very romanticized version of where I'm from, Fenrayne. This looks like a interpretation, or like this looks like a thing I've seen before or has been described before in texts and whatnot. I don't think I've rolled a failure at all today.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So
a little factoid about the 7 rivers. They're the 7 rivers of death.
I mean, now this is something that Cælum knows that I, the player, did not know.
Yep.
And how would you think that he would feel about knowing that and approaching that?
Could be okay because it's something at least relatively familiar, but also that could be a bad sign.
I think that ideally the knowledge of, worshipping death in this way, worshipping these rivers, is probably a lot about having a very comfortable understanding of your place within the universe and the cycle that you live within.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, to be put in that situation might be a little unnerving. That's how Cælum feels.
Do you continue towards this?
I think that his obligation, which to me is basically knowledge, curiosity, ambition, he's gotta see it through. He's gotta see what this is all about.
So eventually this path through the flowers that you carved with the wind, Cælum could see the end of it. And at the end of it, there are no more flowers. There's no more anything. It's just the end. Looking past it, it's just the flat blue of this sunless sky, and it seems like it's a cliff.
Okay. Well, as a man of science, there's a couple things he's got to do. He's got to peek over the edge.
There's a river.
At the bottom?
At the bottom, hundreds of feet down.
Is there anything on either side of the river?
The flat blue of this sky sort of, when you're looking at it straight on, it goes on, but when you look, observe sort of from the side of your vision, it fades out and something else starts, but you can't quite tell what on the other side of the river.
Alright, I'm confused.
Yep. It's sort of a little, maybe beyond Cælum's comprehension at the moment.
There's another thing I just want to do.
What's that?
If I look underneath what I am currently, like maybe hands and knees, peering over the edge, if I look underneath, what does it look like?
So the edge is straight. It's like a plane. You've been standing on a plane.
Like a two-dimensional plane?
Like a two-dimensional plane. But below that, it's a rocky cliff that goes down into the river.
Oh, below the two-dimensional plane?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
It's again something that is like, it's like your brain doesn't want to see it.
Oh, I'm very confused. This doesn't seem good.
It's like the plane was built on top of something.
Perhaps to hide this river? But why? Why hide the river? And why hide it if I was able to get to it?
These are all questions.
I've got a lot of questions. I'm gonna write them down in my book. Well, Bellman's book.
I'm sure he won't mind.
Well, he won't mind where he is. So he's gonna sit down. He's gonna make some observations. I'm gonna make some sketches.
Okay, you're gonna make some sketches? Or Cælum's gonna make some sketches?
Okay, so 30 minutes later, there was just a cut there where I just did a bunch of sketches. Just kidding, that didn't happen. I'm not doing any sketches. I could, but they would take a long time. I want them to be like super awesome scientific illustrations, naturalist illustrations. But he's gonna make those on some of the back pages of Bellman's book. And twofold, while he does that, can I recover some strain?
Yeah, sure. Do a discipline or a cool check. No difficulty, but if it's cool, I'm gonna have you roll a setback die because you're closer to the ground. You could hear those whispers.
Okay, I'm gonna do discipline anyway because it's better for me. And you said it was easy?
Simple. No difficulty.
Oh, nice. Well, I got a success and an advantage.
That is a strain healed.
That's not enough. Alright.
What check was that? Discipline?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you're there sketching. You've got time to look around and notice other things, and you notice that the rapids of this river is flowing uphill.
So while he was sketching, did that wood person ever make it any closer?
They are just within perceivable distance now, moving very, very slowly.
Cælum thinks, am I gonna jump in that river? That seems like a really bad idea. Do you think I can throw this wooden thing in the river? Observe what will happen? Maybe it'll change or die. It did help me, but hardly. I'm gonna ask it what it thinks, and then I'm gonna throw it in there. So he keeps waiting, does a couple more sketches. He's kind of smashing some flowers with his boot to see if they crumble into paint, and they do.
Yes.
Time goes on. I heal another strain.
Eventually, this woodman gets up to where you are.
Okay.
And so you're like right at the edge, right?
Yeah. I'm at the where what edge do you think I'm at right now?
Like at this cliff's edge, looking over at the river.
Yeah.
Okay. And this person made out of wood approaches the edge, and you could see that as they had been moving along, one of their arms seems shorter than the other one, and you don't remember that happening originally. They look to be about the same. And I would like you to do a quick perception check.
I think I'm perceiving what's going on already.
Are you?
Pretty good at that. What's the difficulty?
Average with a boost.
For me.
Yeah.
And my first failure of the evening with 2 advantage.
Okay. You don't really notice anything strange. You see that the thing's arm has elongated and the other one has shortened. And it sort of walks past you to that edge. Is there anything you want to do, or are you just going to watch it?
Excuse me. Allergic to wildflowers. What are you doing there, guy?
It slowly turns its head back towards you and it creaks. And then slowly turns its head back to what it was doing.
Gonna jump in there?
It raises one of its arms, the long one, and swings it down right at the edge where the sort of the plane that you noticed ends, right where it ends. And there are some sparks, and the thing sort of stiffens up a little bit, and the wood looks like wood, like it's not creaking or moving or anything, and it slowly falls forward off the cliff into the water below.
So this thing took a dive?
As it hits the water, you see that the wood that was a nice, healthy, woody color goes gray as it moves along this river and sort of dries out and shrivels.
Oh.
And you hear a whisper.
Oh, I'm not going in there. That looks bad. That thing's dried out. Dead. Not good. No thanks. Where's here? He looks around. Mm-hmm.
I'll need another perception check. This one's going to be difficult. It's going to be 3 purples.
Just because I feel bad holding all of your story points, I'll flip a story point to upgrade.
Okay. Is there a reason why that upgrade happened?
I think that when he trapped that breeze,
yeah,
and when he was searching for a voice within it and could not find it, he found that he kind of understood he understands the chaos within something like a gust of air, something about like weather and stuff like that. And he was searching for this voice, understanding, I guess I'm trying to say, the frequency of what it was.
Okay. So it's not that he's really trying to perceive where this voice is pointing him.
Yes. Atmospherically, in his kind of, in his close environment.
Okay.
So I got 2 success and 2 threat.
It's coming from the edge, right on the edge.
He looks towards the edge.
You don't see anything where you're standing.
Where are you? Did you make that thing jump into the river?
Come with me.
No, you come with me.
You sidestep a little, looking at this place where you think this voice is coming from, and you see a white line glowing on this edge.
What is that?
It's that white out.
The voice was coming from your shoulder.
Where does it come out?
Your world.
Okay. How can I trust you?
We want that same thing.
And what's that? What do you want? What is it that you want?
To be out of here.
But why do you want to be out of here?
That freedom.
And what will you do with your freedom?
I would float like a leaf on that wind. And see every corner of your world.
You can float in here, can't you?
I've floated here for millennia.
Well, I don't think I can trust you. What's your name?
Saffron.
What was that?
Saffron.
Saffron?
Yes.
Can I do a check, a forbidden knowledge check to see if I have heard of this person?
Forbidden knowledge, it will be a daunting check.
Okay. Forbidden knowledge, rank. Okay. I'm gonna use my other story point,
Okay.
and I'm gonna upgrade. So I'm rolling 2 yellow against 4 purples.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. So
How many triumphs did you get?
I got 1 triumph,
Okay.
and I got 1 success,
Okay.
and I got 3 threat.
You recognize that name. You put together some dots. The stories that you were reading in Bellman's journal, the extended creation story, the others, the other place, with things you remember from the forbidden section of the library and the Iron Tower. Saffron is one of the others. Now, what that means is tough to determine, because all of these are stories and nobody knows what's what with them, what's even true anymore. But from what you understand, this voice that is talking to you may be something similar to a lesser god.
He's gonna pretend like he does not. Cælum knows who Saffron is
Somehow.
from very recently, from putting all this information together.
Yeah, this information with various scattered bits of information that you learned when you were training within the Fellowship. I just imagine that Cælum, with all the knowledge that he tries to find, he probably snuck off to the Forbidden section once or twice.
Absolutely. So he's not gonna let on that he knows who Saffron is.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of his plan. So, we're getting out of here? Is that the plan? Through this crack?
Yes, I see you there.
Wait, you're just gonna go through?
Yes, as should you.
But are you gonna go first?
You should go first.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I should go first. Actually, I think it'd be best if we went at the same time.
Alright.
But how do you suggest we go through at the same time?
Wait, 1, 2, 3.
No. I've got a better idea. He takes out his healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
You should get in this bottle, and then I'll jump through. What do you think?
I think you should roll a leadership check, and it's going to be contested.
What does that mean?
It's going to be against this person.
Okay.
This thing.
I have a rank in leadership. That doesn't mean it's going to work.
It'll be against 2 reds.
Oh no. 2 reds against my roll? My leadership?
Yep.
Can I get a boost for being very coy about my plan?
Sure.
Okay. All right, I'm rolling. Wait, am I rolling your reds?
Yep.
Okay. That boost helped a little bit, but I didn't need it, but it helped.
What do you have?
I got 5 successes.
5 successes against 2 reds?
Yeah. The 2 reds ended up being threats, both of them 1 threat.
And the boost canceled one of them out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got 5 successes and 1 threat.
So you're, like, emptying out one of your potions?
Yeah, I'm just dumping a healing potion that I desperately don't want to lose because I have nothing.
You dump it out, and the wildflowers that you knock down into sort of paint dust spring up where you dump it out. And Saffron says,
I fail insist.
It's definitely the best plan that we have, Saffron. So just get in the bottle and I'm gonna take a leap.
you can't tell if they're in the bottle.
Are you in there?
You hear a little echoey.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't want you to fall out or anything. I'm gonna put the cork back in too.
You hear,
No, wait.
put the cork in. And all you hear now is the rushing water below you. And you're still at a spot where you can see this glowing line on the edge.
I take a look into the glowing abyss. That is just a straight, flat, 2-dimensional line.
Yeah.
A very abstract.
It's a one-dimensional line.
Yeah, it is one-dimensional. I have this opening, this one-dimensional light, and I think it is probably within the character's nature to inspect before taking a blind leap.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he should take out his iron short sword and sort of probe whatever this light, this white line basically is, and observe a reaction.
It is very similar to when you poked at that crack you saw in the basement. It feels like it could have been easily days ago that you did this. But yeah, you poke at it and sparks shoot from where the iron touches it.
So the sparks from earlier with that wooden person, it's because they touched this? How can I fit through a one-dimensional line?
You prod it like you did in the basement, and your iron short sword, it can go into the line.
What if I, turn it like this a little bit? Does it, get a little bit larger, or...?
You can't quite see the edges. You pull your sword along, and it goes as far as your sword goes.
So is he cutting it, kinda?
No, maybe.
No, maybe?
No, maybe. Whatever's happening it's bizarre to his brain.
Can he push
As
the
one-dimensional things existing in a 3-dimensional space would be.
He pushes the sword in deeper, tries to push the hilt in.
Yeah. With your hand?
Just the hilt at first.
Goes in. There's still sparks flying around it as the iron touches this thing.
I think he just puts his arm through.
And your arm goes through. It's cold on the other side.
I think he's going through. He's going through arm first.
Your arm goes through and you feel very cold. Your shoulder, your head, and the rest of your body go through. And you are on a cliff. In front of you is the ocean. And the sky is gray. And you can see the waves below you are turbulent.
Well, it's definitely good to be out of there. And this does appear to be my reality. This looks like Fenrayne. What is my reality? What is anything? I'm the first person to go through a one-dimensional line. I'm gonna be famous.
You take a look around, because that is the first thing that Cælum does when he gets into a place that he doesn't know.
That's right.
You're on a high cliff, and you see off to your left, there appear to be some large rock formations. and maybe a glacier. And behind you, the crack that you stepped out of, you don't see it when you look for it, but you see a gnarled old tree that looks like that's probably from where you came from. And then you turn to the right, and about a half a mile away, there is a small village.
Did he see like a glimmer of where he left that tree?
No.
He's going to do a very, very quick drawing of this tree.
It's old and gnarled, and it doesn't have any leaves on it. It has it's definitely dead, and there are cracks in the wood. Like the wood is splitting on the grain.
Cracks. Just like the cracks in Bellman's basement. He closes the book, puts it in his satchel. It's unseasonably cold for Volk this time of year.
It's definitely colder than when you left.
Don't remember a glacier being there. This is weird. He takes out the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Inspects it.
It appears empty.
Puts it to his ear.
You hear something from inside. Inaudible.
Well, I'm sorry, Saffron, but you're gonna have to stay in there for a little while. Just a little while. You're gonna have to earn my trust before I let you out, my friend. And he puts the bottle back in his satchel.
Okay.
And he's going to... What time of day is it?
Afternoon, probably. It's very cloudy.
I need to get my bearings, need to get warm. I'm gonna head for that town, I guess.
The buildings look different than what you've recently seen. There's you find a small dirt path along this cliff edge that leads down into the village. The trees around here are tall, old pines, mostly. And the buildings in the village look like they are built and then covered with dirt, and they let the grass and stuff grow on top of them. A couple of them are built and have wooden roofs, and it looks like they might be meeting hall kind of places, big buildings. But most of them have turf roofs. And there are a couple people, more than a couple. There are people, looks like they're working around the village, and you see that there's a little dock that goes out into the water. A couple docks that go out into the water.
I was gonna ask if I could do a knowledge geography.
Yeah.
To figure out maybe what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
And my knowledge geography is not that good, but it's not that bad.
I think context clues will make it an easy check.
Success and an advantage.
You haven't been here before, but you've learned enough at the Iron Tower to know that you are in Nordja, the northwesternmost point of Fenrayne. And yesterday you were in the southeasternmost point.
This is indeed an unusual turn of events, but not the strangest thing I've seen today. When in Nordja, he walks into town, greeting the villagers.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Otherplace. Loving the show and want more? Join us and other fans on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and Patreon. The Otherplace is a production of Nightcast Creative. For more info about us and our other projects, visit nightcastcreative.com. Did you miss hearing from Roberto, Tekoa, and Talana in today's episode? Make sure to tune in to the latest series of episodes on Fantasy Talk Show to hear from our trio of adventurers. Stay tuned for a preview of Tekoa's interview.
But was this the event, or I guess what event kind of put you on this adventurous path?
Well, that would be actually what got me on this path in particular, this current, so to speak. We talk about currents a lot, both with our religion and with just naturally, it makes more sense to me that way. So I apologize if I'm going to start talking in that kind of metaphor.
Oh, I embrace it. Please do.
Okay, so we were on a military campaign. My sister and I were in the same regiment, and we were called to help defend against a necromancer.